Last night at Crypto, we had a battle of KD versus AD. But before we get to the highlights, let's get to some news on the stars that didn't play. LeBron missed his second straight game with a strained left adductor suffered against the Clippers and continues to be day-to-day to the Lakers. And they've gone 1-1 in those games. On the flip side of things, Kyrie Irving's suspension continued as he's now missed 6 straight games, but plans to return to lineup soon. The Nets 4-2 in those 6 games without Kyrie Irving. And again, we'll get to those highlights in just a bit, but now let's get into a little bit of a cozy corner reporters chat. Ramona, what is the latest on LeBron James' injury?
So they don't have a game until Friday, and Darvin Ham said yesterday they're going to be very cautious with this injury. He's basically just going to rest as much as he can this week to give that injury time to heal before he goes on a very slow ramp up. So I think Friday would be soon to even think about him playing. You never know with LeBron James, but getting that win against Brooklyn last night was a good start, and also buying him and the team some time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And on the Nets side of things, what are you hearing about Kyrie Irving's ever so fluid situation?
So the sense I got from being around the Nets is that they're expecting him to rejoin the team at some point. Probably not on this West Coast road trip. That seems a bit soon, and he's got some work to do to meet the conditions that they gave to him in an email and letter sent to his agent when they suspended him without pay after his remarks. And he's got some work to do. But the sense being around them is that there's an expectation he will come back. It's just a matter of when and if he can satisfy the conditions they put forward for him to meet.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is that the Nets went 4-2 without Kyrie Irving. Zach, what have you noticed from the Nets so far?
Yeah, 4-2 and looking frisky. You know, they're defending really well without him. And obviously, like, when you remove a big distraction, other guys get opportunities, the vibes kind of change. And look, the talent is the talent. At some point, they're going to need Kyrie's infusion of talent, particularly with Ben Simmons out for a while, out for a couple of games now. It seems like they're going to need that talent. But look, this is dating back to 2017, 2018, when the Celtics made the conference finals without him. We're 6 years into Kyrie's team's losing nothing when he doesn't play. Those winning percentages, if you add them up, are almost exactly the same, 57%. Now, that's obviously indicative of how much talent, other talent, his teams had, whether it's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, whatever it was. But at some point, the database gets pretty big. I don't think that necessarily would apply to this team because they're relying on a lot of fringe guys without him, but they've played better without him. They just have. And I just think those numbers are getting kind of interesting.
Yeah, and one of the other players that you mentioned on the pre-show call, Ben Simmons, was quite surprising, you know, considering that he was a last-minute scratch versus the Lakers. Any updates on his health status?
So he's got a knee issue, and I talked to him yesterday before the game, and he had spent all day working with the trainers on his knee trying to get it ready. This was the second night of a back-to-back. He'd only played the 14 minutes the night before, and he's kind of become this small ball 5 for the second unit because they're working his way back from that knee injury. He's just got to manage it, and it's frustrating for him because he wants to get back out there, but second night of back-to-back couldn't get ready. That late scratch was surprising because he warmed up, he tried to get through it, but he didn't play, Seth Curry didn't play, and have a whole lot of offense out there against the Lakers last night.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.